Le Nissan Kick-Play 2025 a beaucoup de plus. Apple CarPlay intégré pour jouer vos tunes préférées, des fonctions avancées de sécurité, un rendement énergétique remarquable, puis même la petite odeur de char neuf qu'on aime tant. Tout ça en plus pour moins. Le Nissan Kick Play 2025 est le véhicule neuf le plus abordable au Québec. Achetez-le à partir de seulement 22 774 $, incluant un rabais à l'achat comptant de 2 600 $. Profitez de cette offre avantageuse chez votre concessionnaire dès maintenant. Jusqu'au 2 mars, des conditions s'appliquent. Détails chez Nissan.
So how does Montreal get back on track, reopening its economy and the tourism industry? Very, very, very happy to have Michel Leblanc join us on the program. He's the president and the CEO of the Metropolitan Montreal Chamber of Commerce. Michel, how you doing?
Well, I'm doing well, actually.
Yeah. I'm glad to hear it, Michel. I'm very glad to hear it. But I have to say this, having you on the show makes me sad in a little sense because I remember so well the last time we talked on this program, and you were in the studio and you stayed for half an hour and we were laughing because everything was great and the economy was amazing and tourism was amazing and you were bringing Obama into town. All things were great. And then I look, and then I think about how great things were and I think of the situation we're in today. So Michel, tell me about the challenge our city has in front of it.
Well, yeah, it's first I will say I'm quite optimistic we'll have this kind of conversation again between us because Montreal is very resilient. As you said, we were on the upswing, and we've been working for decades to get back to that momentum. Now, where we're now is a good news. Starting next week, we're going to have all those retail stores reopening. More people will be at work. That's positive. We expect that all those shops, all those small retail stores will put in place all the measures that are required. They're working on that this week. And I'd say they're quite enthusiastic because now they can at least do something. One concern is, will the clients be back? We have seen how it happens in the regions elsewhere in Canada and Europe. People go back. There are a bit less of them, and the measures make it so that it's not the same experience. But at the same time, the economy starts back. Now, again, ahead of us, we have challenges. We have challenges with the shopping center. In Montreal, is the underground economy. That will take a few weeks, I suspect, because the government will want to see.
I didn't even think about that, Michel, right? And we think about our underground system and, the winter and like underground Montreal and that kind of stuff and how we can go from mall to mall, from the Eden Center to there and here, not even, to Place Ville-Marie. We don't even have to go outside. And now I'm thinking about that and saying, wow, how do we deal with that when, the fall arrives and winter arrives, eh?
Well, it's much earlier than that, actually. We are... At this moment, my concern is the downtown. Because as we reopen the shops everywhere, things go slowly back to normal, except downtown, because the government has asked all those businesses downtown in the towers to continue working from home. So all this huge clientele that works downtown will not be there next week, will not be there during the summer. And therefore, we risk losing lots and lots of retail stores and shops downtown. So at this moment, my entire focus with my people and lots of people around is how can we help the downtown to survive the next month when those Ville-Marie Tower and Complexe Desjardins and all the others will not see the worker. They won't be there. So that's the immediate thing. The other thing, everybody that's listening, is about the kids, the children. As we restart the economy sectors by sectors, people go back to work. So it means that suddenly the pressure is fully there. What happens with our kids? We have day schooling, day care, whatever. But there have to be an answer to that. That's the next step. And then you talk about tourism. Now, this summer, there won't be any people working in the towers, but there won't be also the international tourists. They won't be there in Montreal or elsewhere in Quebec. So lots of shops, lots of infrastructure. It could be hotels, it could be restaurants will suffer because of that.
Yeah. So what do we do for that industry? What do we do for the restaurant industry? What do we do for the hotels and all of the tourism? How do are you focused on maybe an inter-Quebec kind of tourism, rekindling that? Like, how do you try and protect that industry as much as possible?
Yeah, we approach it from several angles. With Tourism Montreal, we're working on all the campaigns and all the strategies to make sure that we have what you said, the regional, the local tourism. As Quebecers, can we visit Quebec? Can we go to hotels? Can we enjoy Quebec? And Canadian coming here, and perhaps we can go elsewhere in Canada. That's one answer. The other one is the city making it easier to open terrace, so that restaurants will have the access to more of the city space outside the public space. And if they are required to set tables at least a meter or two one from the other, they'll have at least more capacity during the next month. So that's another angle. And we're looking with governments also for special programs to help the sectors. So that's, again, the next month, how you help all those businesses survive. Now, eventually, it's about getting back to full potential, and that's where we want to be in a year or a year and a half. Now, we do not control the evolution of the virus, the pandemic, but at the same time, we know that if businesses survive, then the consumer will be also a worker that gets an income, and then that's how you restart the economy. And then if we pay more attention to buy locally, consume locally, the Montreal is a very strong powerhouse to buy things, to support an economy. Yeah. So we can restart there, and as we reopen borders, we'll make sure that our brand, the Montreal brand, is as strong as ever. So Montreal is a city where you can have fun, where you feel safe, where you can enjoy life, good food. We will want people to resume coming back here, and I suspect they will. Now, we'll go back to Italy, even if they were hard hit. We'll go back to New York, even if New York was hard hit. And we think that if we do things properly, Montreal will resume its momentum and standing.
We're with Michel Leblanc. He's the president and CEO of the Montreal Chamber of Commerce. So, Michel, when it comes to that reputation, you don't feel that, because Montreal is one of these hot spots around the world, and we know what's happened in our seniors' homes. You're hoping that really won't stick in the minds of people when it comes to tourism, that's not going to harm our reputation, what happened over COVID-19.
Oh, it may harm our reputation for now as how we handle those homes for the elderly. Mm-hmm. That's for sure. But when it comes to visiting a fun place, I don't think it will stand. As I mentioned, you and I will probably dream of going to Italy if we can, and going back to New York once per year if we can. So I suspect that Montreal will remain on top of the list for foreign students, international students. They'll want to come back. Our universities are much less expensive than in the U.S., and they offer incredible training. And so again, the strong fundamentals are robust. They won't disappear. But we have to go through, and we have to eventually, of course, tell the message all over that we're back where we were. We have the momentum again. Mm-hmm. The artificial intelligence community here is working like hell right now to find solutions that will help finding a vaccine, tools for distanciation. So our key businesses are adapting, and they're focusing on the future. So again, you can sense I'm still very optimistic. Mm-hmm. But in the next month, we have to take care of our restaurants, of our hotel, of our downtown, and we have to find solutions for our kids.
So can I just ask you, this is our last question that I got time for, because it is so difficult. Once a business shuts down, like closes its doors, it's so difficult to get them back. Do you feel that the federal government programs, the wage subsidy, and all of the other programs put us in a good place where businesses didn't have to close so that we can hit the ground running when the reopen happens?
Well, the government program helped a lot. I think there needs to be some sectoral programs, restoration, hotels, that needs to be added up. But the last thing is we've spoken with banks. I had an event last week with the six heads of the banks in Quebec, the large banks. And I asked the same question, which is if a business right now is finding it very difficult and they have to change their business model, adapt it to the new reality, maybe it's online selling or whatever, are you open to assist those companies, those shops that want to change their business plans? And the signal from bank is we much prefer helping a business to kind of change its business model, instead of shutting down and eventually having to restart from scratch.
Yeah.
So I'll say, if you find it difficult and you know you must change, go and talk to your bank. They should be there to assist you.
Michel, it's always a pleasure talking to you. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.